Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. I actually liked this episode. I did. you know, Out of the three episodes, out of the three soap operas that I watched today, Days brung it today. Days brung it today. And I cannot sit there and thank people enough for actually recommending this show to me. It took a little bit to get into it just because learning the names, learning the players and stuff like that. But once you get into the show, it's good. It definitely has its moments. It definitely is a good show. So, the scene between Kate and Chloe. Now I get that because she was angry about her son. There was a lot of insults, a lot of comments that was thrown at Chloe. And to be honest, I kind of stood there like, why are you going in this woman? What could you possibly have to talk to her about? I mean, one of the things she called her was a stupid twit, and I'm like, your boyfriend is who knows where. Brady could have possibly killed them, and you're gonna go up to Kate. Like, just on what planet was she actually thinking that scenario was gonna turn out any different? So she goes in on her. And here's the thing. I'm not just saying that Chloe's the type of person that is just, all these men are just fighting over me and that's just how it is. But to be honest, she never really took any accountability for that. She never really did. She would sit there and talk about it, about Brady and Philip kind of, always fighting over her. But she wouldn't do it in a way where it's like, I just really don't like it. Like, you really sat down and talked to them about it. Like, she would kind of do it in this way. I remember she was talking to some character. And she would sit there and say, like, it's just typical Tuesday. Like, she just made peace with it. It's just how it is. And she's just totally fine with it. And to be honest, maybe it's my imagination, but I felt like it was a little bit of an ego boost for her. I'm not saying that she's super conceited, but she knew what they were doing. And in some ways, I kind of felt like it was something that she kind of liked a little bit. So, I'm not even going to sit there and knock Kate for being like, yo, you've been sitting there playing these two off together for years, and this is the end result. Also, the fact that she went in on Chloe about how many times that, Chloe hurt Philip. Don't get me wrong. It was back and forth, I think I've either read or was watching one of the episodes where Philip either left Chloe for Mimi or cheated on her with Mimi. I can't remember which version that was. But the point is, Philip did his fair of his fair share of damage. So it was kind of both and both. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of, it wasn't just one-sided. But Kate is again in grief and fear and everything else. But she goes in on Chloe, and Chloe just stands there, and she's like, "Oh, well, I didn't mean to." And then she's standing there crying, and I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really feel bad for you at all. At all. I really don't. Now, this is after, Kate and Rome, identified the leg, the prosthetic leg that Philip was using. So, she's not giving up hope that he could be alive, but it's one of those things where it's like, either way, she's pissed. She's pissed at Brady. She wants Brady to be in jail like 2 hours ago, pretty much, She blames Chloe, saying that she's responsible. for this whole thing. And I mean, on one hand, I can't sit there and say that this is all Chloe's fault, because Philip was a insecure, super possessive, jealous man. But at the same time, Chloe knew a lot of the stuff that was going on. Like, I mean, again, the whole trip where she's in bed with Brady, and, you know, she gets all upset with Philip and talking about, oh, well, you know, his back hurts and this, that, and the third. I'm like, let this man be in bed with somebody else, and we'll sit there and say her back hurts. Let's see your reaction. So, a lot of the stuff that she was doing, you know, totally ignoring his feelings, being disrespectful in a lot of ways, I was not a fan of that at all. It's actually kind of sad too, because I'm gonna be honest, when I first saw Chloe, I was like, wait, you telling me that that Philip left her? The hell is wrong with him? And now I'm like, you know what? Maybe it wasn't such a bad idea. Maybe it wasn't such a bad idea. Now, you know, Bella's sitting there asking Brady, like, can you remember anything else? Go through the charges or whatever, because, you know, he talks about how he went to the pub, and she was like, alright, well, what did you get? And he doesn't remember. So she looks up the credit card charges at the pub, but has to go to Roman to sit there and see if she can kind of get some insight. So she goes there towards the end of the episode. She's like, I need a favor from you. I'm sitting there thinking in my head, once he found out that she was representing Brady, I'm surprised she didn't sit there and tell him to kick rocks. But, you know, he gets the, you know, what Brady was sitting there charging. It was $72. $72. And when you find out, and she found out what it was for. It was for shots, like whiskey. I'm like, bro, how much whiskey did you have? Let's put it this way. I'm no alcohol expert. But, $72 worth of alcohol. I mean, he should be dead at that point. He should be dead at that point. He really should be. So now she's like, yeah, this is looking a lot worse. And Brady does remember talking to his son, that I cannot remember his name, but he does sit there and remember that. This is before. He remembers talking to his son and being knocked out. Of course, he gets a visitor, which is Kate, and Kate's like, listen, my son is dead. You're dead. Like, period. Point blank, you are done. You're donezo. So Sierra at this point is like, yeah, this whole thing is not working, and I need to go back. We got sonograms, we got appointments to do. This can't be indefinite. You know, Marlena's all like, you know, Marlena comes in there and she's like, well, what's going on? Like, what's happening? You know, but that's Marlena. And at this point, you know, they're both like, yo, listen, we gotta go. We can't do this indefinitely. And granted, they were talking about that before Marlena walked in. So Marlena was like, is there a problem? And Sierra was like, yeah, we gotta go. I'm pregnant. Like, this whole thing isn't working. We can't. This isn't a definite plan. But Marlena sits there and try to be all like, oh, well, you know, you promised me that you'd protect me, and now you're just gonna abandon me, and this, that, and the third. And, you know, at one point, you know, seriously, we gotta leave. And I think Marlena was like, well, you can't. I can't let you leave. And she was like, I'm sorry, excuse me. Like, she had that look like, what'd you just say? So after a while, Sierra was like, yo, listen, Ben, I need to talk to you outside. And, you know, what she was saying was that she's been acting off. She's been super possessive. You know, she's been way too interested in this baby. This whole thing is off. And to be honest, she's creeping me the hell out. Now, she actually says to Ben, listen, Marlena is, you know, taking advantage of you. She's literally sitting there manipulating you. she's taking advantage of your kindness. And Ben was like, well, we just can't do it. And at this point, then Ciara said something that just kind of went a little bit left. When Ben was like, she looked out for me, this, that, and the third. And it's almost as though Ciara was starting to have a pissing contest with her. I mean, literally, she was just like, well, I'm the mother, of your unborn child, and, like, we're carrying a child together, I'm your wife, this, that, and third, and yada, 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 and you're gonna choose her over me. And I was like, that is not what this is about, but, okay, sweetheart, you do you. So, she walks off. Marlena talks to Ben and be like, yo, listen, y'all can't leave. And Ben is like, alright, fine, I'll talk to her. Ben goes to try to find her, and she's gone. Now, possessed Marlena is freaking out. She is literally freaking out. They talk about Gabriel for a little bit. Mind you, John is not there talking to Susan. And, he just wants to sit there and make sure she's okay, and, sorry for everything that she went through. And Susan talks about the baby. So, now we're having this whole baby talk, and Marlena being super possessive over the baby, and, why she came to Salem in the first place, and Sean gets involved. And Sean believes, Susan about, Marlena being a little bit too possessive about the child. He compared notes with John and stuff, and they're like, yo, listen, we gotta find, we gotta find Marlena. John was talking to Brady for a little bit, but, moreover, Brady and Bella realized that he can't really do anything. It's better to find Marlena and make sure that she's okay. 1 second. To make sure that, Marlene's okay, because you can't really do anything with the investigation. So, long story short, they decide to look for Ciara. They go to Ben's place. And they're looking for her, and they realize that they're not there. But I guess John must have went somewhere else, because Sean calls, Ciara, and Ciara's like, yo, I'm right here, pretty much. So Ciara is back in Salem talking to Ciara. Ciara's back in Salem talking to Sean. And, at this point, again, possessed Marlena's freaking out, like, yo, listen, Ciara goes into town and tells John, or John finds out, like, where I am, he's going to kill me. And, Ben is like, yo, that's not going to happen, don't worry about it. They get to knock on the door. Ben opens up the door, and John is right there, like he must have ran. Like he must have done a marathon. He must have just ran from wherever he was, at Ciara's place, to just, like, he didn't even take a car. It seemed like he just ran there. The way he just, when the door opened, he would just look like he was angry, or, again, ran like a marathon or whatever. So he gets there, and now he has his look, and you could just see the confrontation that's about to happen. I am interested, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really interested to see how tomorrow's gonna end, because it definitely looks like it's gonna be good. I just have a feeling that they're not going to... I remember somebody sitting there saying, or maybe it was Deidre Hall, I think that's her name, that was like, it's gonna last through the holidays. I don't know which holiday it's going to last through. It's going to last through Hanukkah. It's going to last through Christmas, Kwanzaa, Festus. How long is this going to go on for? Because I'm just wondering, like, what's going to wind up happening tomorrow. Is John going to get the truth out of, is John going to sit there and get Ben to believe that she's possessed? Is possessed Marlena going to do something? And, like, how long is this going to go on for? Now, at some point, Chloe does talk to Rafe, and I think Rafe was sitting there asking her a question like, do you believe Brady, like, kill Philip or whatever? And this is when Chloe gets a call from Brady. She doesn't answer it, and Rafe is like, why you didn't answer it? And she doesn't give an answer. I don't think that she knows which way to go about it. She's still kind of torn. It's hard for her to sit there and wrap her head around, to some extent, that Brady can sit there and kill Philip, because some of this stuff doesn't add up, you know. But at the same time, she's been married to him. She's seen what he was like when he's had too much. Given that they've been going back and forth with each other, she feels like it's possible. In this weird sort of way. I mean, you know, again, she felt like when he was getting hammered, that he would want to put hands on her. He never did, but that's how she felt. Like I said, I think that's pretty much about it. But like I said, I feel like Days was the VIP of today as far as like all the episodes. GH was okay. B&B was kind of like what it was like Friday, so take your pick. But Days brung the heat, so I definitely gotta sit and appreciate that. With that being said, I think that's about it. If I forgot anything, please write it down in the comment section below. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.